Hi guys, Robert Rivera here with the Trend Trading Academy, and this is weekly recap number 50. I wanted to do this one today, even though I'm not feeling very good, because it's the big 5-0. Now, this last weekend, I could not do it, right, because I was at a ministry meeting. The meeting went amazing. For those of you who may be interested in the future, it's called Healed for Life, and it's based out of London. Um, Pastor Joe Naughton, and you can find her information on joenaughton.com. joenaughton.com. It was amazing. It was very powerful. A lot of people were blessed, and I think the enemy was upset because I kicked his teeth in. and so this week I've been sick like a dog, and I've been basically at home trying to recoup. But he's a liar, and so we win. Pushing forward. Okay, let's see. Let's share a screen and let's get into it right away. Believe it or not, I already did this once and it didn't record. So here I am doing it again because now it is recording. All right, so this is the first trade of the week, and I messed this up. Instead of GBP/USD right here, it was GBP/AUD, as you can see all the way here to the left. And we have a nice consolidation. I've not been sending GBP/USD, excuse me, because it is at supply, and it's very difficult to trade it when it's at supply. It starts consolidating at the very top, starts going up and down, whipping like that. It looks really bad, and it's bad for trading. So I'm going to tell you more about that here in just a minute. Basically, I think GBP/USD is getting ready for a big drop, and in the meantime, it is not tradable. I don't think it's tradable. Well, at least I don't like it. This is the result of that GBP/AUD. Now, I only marked here the 37 pips break, and retest, okay? But you also have a fake out right here, okay, that paid you on the other end, and you have a fake out up here that paid you on the other end. That's 30 some pips going up, that's 30 some pips coming down. You could have taken advantage of that, and some of you might have, okay? But we do have a break and retest here, 37 pip. Breakout with retest, zero drawdown. I put zero drawdown here, but actually there would have been a little bit of drawdown here, not what 1-2 pips or something like that. Okay, moving on to the next one. Gold. The rest of the week was gold. Nice wedge for gold. Very nice wedge for gold. We see a bounce here, bounce there. Okay, and we have a nice little wedge from the very top. 50 moving average coming in. Let's see what we ended up with. Oh, this one doesn't have my 50. Oh, this is the 50 is, oh, this is the 4-hour. That's why. Okay, to make it easier to see, I used the 4-hour because there was a lot of, it broke out, but then it stayed up here until it decided to finally make its move. And so it broke out on the 4-hour, retested, and then it went, okay? 159 pips on that one, zero drawdown. Nothing ever closed below the top zone. Okay, going to the next one. Here we have the next day. It kept going up, right? So we threw a second trend line, an inner trend line. And the idea behind this trend lines is that if it breaks the inner trend line, it wants to go to the outer trend line. Let's see what happened. So sure enough, it broke the inner trend line, went to the outer trend line now, not before doing all this nonsense up here, okay? Fake out, goes back in. Fake out, goes back in. This fake out actually paid you all the way to the bottom. This one would have paid you about 40 pips before it turned around. And if you didn't do either one of those fake outs, then you still have the 50 moving average break, right? The break of the 50 moving average exactly at the trend line, drop over 100 pips. This actually went further into the golden zone, so that was really a lot more than 100 pips, but very nice. This was, again, very tradable, very nice. Now here you have to be patient, right? It touches, goes back up, touches, goes back up. I actually held it through here because I thought it was breaking here, and I got in. I had to endure all this craziness, and I did, because as long as it doesn't come up here, I'm all good. So boom, break. Nice. Okay, let's go. Next one. This is a little tricky, right? This one's a little tricky because, okay, how do I determine that these are the zones, and why not pay attention to what's going on up here? Or why not pay attention to what's going on in here? Perhaps I could have made my zones a little tighter. And I just felt like, looking back left, price was bouncing from here, so the bottom zone is all good. And from the top, I used the pivots. I used other things to measure how it was looking. I looked at this price stopping right there, okay, and I thought this was good enough. This is the part where you're going to have to, this is the part you earn, right? From practice and with doing this over and over, you earn this by by winning and losing, right? And putting your zones and practicing them. This is the most important thing for you guys to learn how to do these zones, okay? And let's see what happened. So this is what happened. It goes all the way up to the top. It stops right there. So the fact that it stops right here, guys, confirms the zone, right? The fact that it stopped exactly there confirms the zone. It stops, fakes out, goes to the bottom, okay? 81 pips from the fake out. If you wanted to play the 50 moving average, you could have played all the 50 moving average, break, retest, drop, all right? And now this one came all the way further up here, but if you really were playing this correctly, this broke, retested, and dropped. You would have gotten paid right there, right? That's a ton of pips. 81 pips, 21 pip drawdown if you were, if you entered the fake out strategy from in here. Like if this would have been your entry, this would have been 20 pip drawdown, and then it paid you 81 pips. Stochastic RSI confirming. Very nice. Okay, last trade of the week. This is gold. Again, beautiful wedge. This is nice, nice tight. This is money right here. This is the kind of setup you look for that you know you're going to make money, period. You got to be patient, right? You have this bounce, bounce, bounce. That's a nice wedge from the bottom. Then from the top, why did I ignore this? Why did I ignore that? Because that's a fake out, okay? Obviously a fake out. That's an outlier. Look at all the other ones touching that line. See all the other ones touching that line? Okay, so this is an outlier. We ignore that, all right? And these other results. Let's see. I got paid here. This is the one I took. I was watching this action here. It came down, pulled back. It starts pressing, pressing, pressing. I took it. And as soon as it touched the 61.8, I got out, okay? You see how it bounced from the 61.8 here before? Bounce, bounce. So as soon as it touches it, I'm getting out. And I did. Boom, got my win there. And the rest of the way, nice fake out to the bottom, 100 pips, down this way to go back up. Once it closed back inside, you could have taken it to the top side. It paid you 76 pips on the top with a 27 pip drawdown. 27 pip drawdown is nothing to sneeze at. But again, on gold, that's not unusual. And you should be able to handle a 30 pip drawdown. Okay, so that was 5 setups, 483 pips in the positive. That's 96 pips per setup, guys. 96 pips per setups. That's because most of the setups were gold, and gold pays quite a lot. I believe that was 48 pips drawdown, a total of 48 pips drawdown for a total of 483 pips in the positive. I'll do that all day, every day. All right, let's go to the weekly projections. All right, let's go to weekly projections. Let's see. Let's start with GBP Canada, like we always do. This is I do these so that you guys who are swing traders can take advantage of it. Okay, this is the long-term view of what's going on with these pairs. GBP Canada has been respecting this trend line. First, it respected it when it was above. Now it's respecting it from below. Comes back, touches it, drops. Comes back, touches it, drops. Goes back, touches it, drops. How many times did it have to touch it until it finally breaks through? Well, it may be waiting for that 50 moving average to get there, and it's certainly moving closer and closer. Stochastic RSI from the bottom is starting to curl back up, and that's usually an indication of starting to push up. I believe that once it breaks through the 50 moving average on the top, it will continue going. That's about 200 and some pips to the top. If I'm right, let me see. That's about 200 pips to the next zone. All right, 200 pips to the next zone. I think that GBP Canada is going to be bullish. We'll see. All right, let's go to the next one. GBP NCD. GBP NCD, for those of you who may have be seeing this for the first time, has been in this channel since 2016. And it broke down below, stayed down below for a little bit, and come back above, close above, and now it's tested again. It goes back up. The 50 moving average is now below price. So this is bullish, okay? And you can see how it retested it right there, retested it right there, and then close above. I believe that GBP NCD is bullish. And where's the next zone? 400 pips up if I'm correct. About right there. Yep, 400 pips to this next zone. All right. So I think it's bullish. We'll see. It may push down a little bit first in the beginning of the week. It may push down as a continuation of this bearish move. Okay. Once it breaks the top, that's it right there. Once it breaks this top right here. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Once it breaks this top right there. Okay. It's going to the next zone. All right. So, and again, that's, well, heck, from where it is right now, just to that zone. from where it is right now just to that zone is 200 pips, guys. All right. I think it's going to test that zone there again. So you can at least take that if you don't want to risk it all the way up here. All right. That's GN. Let's go with gold. Gold, if you remember, 2 weeks ago, I told you was going to 1900. 2 weeks ago, I told you gold is going 1900. You heard it here first. Gold is going 1900. Sure enough, it did. It went all the way up to 1913. Pulled back a little bit. And if you take a look at the structure, there is nothing keeping it from going to 1950. Nothing whatsoever. This little structure over here, it already climbed it. It already closed above it. Unless this is a fake out for this minor zone over here, even if it's a fake out, it could bounce, it could retrace just a little bit and bounce to the upside. It's above the 50 moving average on the weekly. That's powerful. We can go to the daily to see what we see. It's bullish all day long. Okay, bullish all day long. Bullish all day long. Okay, gold is going 1950. How's that? I mean, it's already it's extended over here. So I'm anticipating, let's go to the daily again. It's also at the top. Let's go to the 4H. It's at the bottom. And the 1H is at the top. Okay, I would say that it's going to try to reach 450, and somewhere in there between where it's at now and 450, it'll come back. Okay, and where's it going to come back to? This right here. Okay, which right now that's about 460 pips to this zone right here, and 500 to the next one. So there's going to be opportunities in gold. Okay, and finally, the last thing is GBP USD. Let's go to the weekly, showing you why I don't like it, why I've been staying away from it. Okay, this is where it's at. This is where price is at. It's been there for a little bit. For the last 3 weeks, it's been messing around with this area over here. And look at this rejection. Look at this massive wall over here. So can it push up? Yeah, it can push up. But why would I be looking at this pushing up into this supply area when I could just wait for the sell? Okay, this is still moving up, almost at the top, not quite yet. Let's look at the daily. The daily is coming down, okay? And you look at this rejection. The 4 hour is coming down. The 1 hour is at the top, looking to come down. The 30-minute is at the top, looking to come down. I think we're looking at sells for GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD are sells as far as I'm concerned. Could it push up further? Yeah, it could push further. It could push further. It doesn't mean that I want to buy into it because it's running into the supply area. And any minute it will turn around. Okay, and that's all I got. Again, I hope that you found value in this, and I hope that you guys have a great weekend. It's going to be a great, awesome week coming ahead of us. And like always, take the weekends to prepare, practice. For those of you who have recognized that you have issues mindset-wise, make sure you're studying the material that is posted in the resource library. If you have any questions about what you should be studying, you can ask me. If you have any questions about what you are studying there, that would be even better, because it tells me then that you are dedicating yourself to learning more about yourself, which is the main key as far as I'm concerned when it comes to trading. Okay, again, Robert Rivera with Trend Trading Academy. God bless you guys.